Hi, good afternoon. My name is Martina Porcel. I'm from Argentina. To my right is Isha Mayer. She's from the U.S. Sam Brooks, he's from the U.S. Shiv Patel, he's from the U.S. And Justin Lau from Hong Kong. And we are NaviPet. At NaviPet, we integrate the best-in-class technology for finding and retrieving missing dogs through our interactive app.
I'm going to tell you a true story. A very wealthy dog breeder went to a dog show in New York with her dog, and her dog won Best in Breed title. And she went on the plane, and she realized that her dog wasn't with her, and she got nervous. She called the helicopters to look for the dogs, but to no avail. The dog was never found. She lost her dog that was worth tens of thousands of dollars. And we at NaviPet want to ensure that these tragic endings come to an end. Our sophisticated GPS collar would allow the owner to get a notification as soon as the dog leaves the safe area, which in this case would be the plane. And then with the GPS tracking device, she could locate the dog easily and track it down and be reunited with the dog and never lose him. But we know that she was on the plane when she found out that her dog was missing. And she can't get off and make a flight about this. But she would also be really worried that her dog's out there alone in the open. So she would use our interactive community on our app to find users that are near her lost dog to see if they can care for it while she's away and while she gets back to it. NaviPet is essential for all dog owners.
So at NaviPet, we target wealthy dog Navi owners who have more money than time. Also, in a smaller scale, we target people who are not so wealthy but really love their dog and want to go that extra mile to actually have the best care for the dog. Adding this to our great number of features that are our community network, our notification center, our real-time tracking, and our concierge service where our own drivers would be going to get the dogs and bring them back to the owner's home. We deliver our value. And this is peace of mind, convenience, and high-touch service.
So I'd like to talk a little bit about our prototype. So when you first access the app, you'll either have the choice to log on or sign up. If you log on, you'll be sent to a page where you can register your NaviPet device. Each NaviPet device has a unique code on it, and all you need to do is enter it into the app, and then you will get directly to the dashboard screen. If you click sign up, you'll get redirected to our website where you can make an account. Once you get to the dashboard, you will have two choices. You can either see the current location of your pet or recent locations. If you click on the current location of your pet, you will be able to see a more visual representation in a map of where your pet is and how your pet came to be where it is right now. So, here's our community. If you know where your pet is and you know he's not where he's supposed to be, you can report your pet as lost. However, users nearby where your pet is will see a notification that says so-and-so's pet is lost, and if you see the pet, you can request to pick him up. The user can then look through your profile, and if they find you to be, also there's reviews, so other users, if you picked up someone else's pet, they can leave a review on how you treated the pet, and if the pet owner feels like you are a good person to pick up the pet, they can say yes, you can pick up the pet.
So at NaviPet, we have 4 different methods of customer acquisition. So to acquire our customers, we would be placing our product in with dog breeders for their endorsements. We'd also use word of mouth, our social media outlets, and also event marketing. Our social media outlets and event marketing go hand in hand, as social media drives people to our events, and events drive people to our social media pages. Our service is that we provide real-time tracking notifications of the location for your dog, and we plan to upsell this with a subscription tier system. And finally, to retain our customers, we would be using our network community and sponsored content. So just to go deeper into our customer acquisition, prior to launch, we would be attending dog meetups in Boston, around 50 of them. And here we could meet with around 2,000 potential customers for only $200. And then to take this even a step further, we'd be going to Philadelphia for the National Dog Show. And here we would be in touch with 6,000 potential customers, broadcasted on national television, we would have a higher conversion rate than our Boston meetups. And we would also, this would only cost us $800 for a 4-day booth. So next we have our monetization strategy. So for monetization, we would have a primary revenue stream of selling our service, which would be the integration between the product and our application. Then we would have a secondary revenue stream of sponsored content on our website and posting that sponsored content. We would have an upsell of our tiered subscription system, and in order to gain startup capital, we would launch a pre-order campaign. So delving deeper into our tier system, we would have a premium tier, which would cost $350 for an initial charge, and after the second year, a $200 annual fee. And this would include our concierge service, which would be complimentary to these premium users, tracking and notifications for pets and our network community. And then we have a tier under this, our classic tier, which would only be $250 as an initial charge and a $100 annual fee. And in this, we would include all the same features, except our concierge service would be pay per use, and it would have a $1,000 charge.
We NaviPet is a value-driven company, and we aim to use our app to build a community with us, connecting us and all the customers. But even as a value-driven company, we'll still have to pay for costs. And for fixed costs, we'll have to pay for our legal expenses, publishing app and web development, and also salaries to the founders, which is us. And for variable costs, we'll have to pay for production costs, concierge service, and also product demonstrations.
So NaviPet, just like any business, has various competitors. The first kind of competitor would be other dog tracking collars. The major problem with these collars is that they only solve one of the two problems we solve. We locate and retrieve. They locate. We provide various means via our community and our complimentary concierge service on the premium tier to retrieve your dog and bring them back to you. The second kind would be to post online. There are certain websites that are kind of Amber Alerts for dogs. But this is not in real time, they don't bring the pet back to you, and there are other smaller problems with it. The third kind, which is kind of a tier underneath all of these other features, is lost dog signs. These are incredibly unuseful, especially if anywhere it's not a very close-knit community, because you can't have a very wide scope for these.
So I'd like to talk to you about the key players of our business. First of all, the NaviPet management team. So Aisha is our family relations director. Sam is our CTO. Shiv is our COO. Justin is our CFO, and I'm the CEO. Additionally, we have partnerships with our GPS color producers, our community network, our sponsors, and our concierge service.
The reason why we've located our business in Boston is because after calculations with reliable statistics, we've found out that there are 82,000 households which are wealthy and also has a dog. And with all the marketing activities that we have completed in pre-sale month, we will be expecting a growth of customers from 0 to 170, and with this, we will be also expecting 100 customers purchasing our service in the first month, and we'll be generating over 50,000 of revenue in the first 6 months. And with this rate of generating revenue, we'll be expanding into 16 metro areas within 3 to 5 years. And the reason why we're expanding into these 16 areas is because these 16 areas have the highest concentration of the richest population in the entire country. And they also have no lesser than 36% of a pet ownership in these countries. And so, after all these numbers, we found out that there will be 917,000 of households that will be a potential customers. And even if we only are able to get 1% of these households to buy our product, we'll still be able to earn $2.5 million for our revenue across all these 16 states.
We at NaviPet truly solve the lost dog problem. We locate and retrieve.